Hello everyone, good morning. I am here to take your online class of computer science of class 8th, and this chapter 1 is Introduction to MS Access. Introduction to MS Access. So first of all, in this chapter we will learn about the database management system. Database management system. So, first of all, we should know what is a database management system or DBMS. So, when you have a lot of data, to organize a database can be a big help for us, because a database management system is a program that makes it easy to add a new data, edit existing data, sort the data, and group the data into forms and reports. So first is what? New data. Add new data. Second, edit existing data. Edit existing data. Sort data. Sort data and group group data into form and report. So first is we can add new data, you can edit the existing data, you can sort the data, and you can group the data into forms and reports. Clear? So we have learned that what is a database management system. So a database management system is allowed. When you are using a database management system, it makes a big help for you to organize a huge amount of data. So some examples we should also know about the DBMS. Some examples. So first is MySQL, Oracle, and MS Access. The same MS Access we are learning about. Clear? Next thing, we should know the advantages of database. Advantages of database management system, in the sense DBMS. Advantages of database management system, that is DBMS. Clear? So first one is that it avoids the duplication of data or reduce data redundancy. Duplication of data or reduce data redundancy. Second, it can keep data consistent, means data consistent. Keep data consistent. It can keep the data consistent. It helps to keep the data secure. It helps to keep the data secure. Secured. You can store data, add, modify, and delete data, find data, Query, ask a question about about data, and next produce a report. So, advantages of database management system, DBMS. So, first one is duplication of data or reduce the data redundancy. It means it's avoid the duplication of data or reduce the data redundancy. Reduce the data redundancy. It keep the data consistent. It keep the data secured. You can store the data, you can add the new data, you can modify the data, and you can delete the data also. You can find the data from the database. You can create a query while asking the question about the data, and you can produce the report also. Clear? So our next topic will be database concepts. Database concepts. We learned already what is database, what is the advantages of the database. Now we are going through the next topic, that is the concept of the database. Hmm. Database concepts. So we will know what is the concept of the database concepts. First of all, we should know but actually what a database is. But actually what a database is. So we know actually what a database is. A database is a collection of information that is related to a particular subject or a purpose. Means a particular subject should be there or a particular purpose should be there. The data in a database is organized is so that it can easily be accessed, managed and updated. It means you can easily access it, you can manage it also, and if it is required, you can update also. Clear? So database are usually organized into the tables. Where organized? Into the tables. Into tables. Where the database are organized? That organized into the tables. So we should know that what is a table? What is a table? That also we should know. So a table is a collection of data about a database are usually, sorry, a table is a collection of a data about a specific topic. Means for what you are creating a table, there a specific topic will be there. A database table can be thought of consisting of fields. Means we are knowing that column and row table are organized in the form of column or row. So here that column we will know as a field. That column is field and that row is record. That row is record. Here we will not use the word row and column. Here we will use field and record. Column means field and column is field and row is record. Clear to everyone? Next thing, now what is a column? What is a column? Means field. What is a column? So a column defines one piece of data stored in all row of the table, and the value of a column within a record is called a field. Means what about the value we are keeping in within the row of the record, that is a field. Means a column defines one piece of data stored in all the rows of a table. The value of a column within a record is called a field. Next, we should know what is a row. So a row contains one item for each column in a table. Means one item will be there in a a row contains one item for each column in a table, and each row is called a what? What that row is called? Record. Record. Clear? Each row is called a record. So now let us understand a data with the demonstration. SR number, name, address, telephone number, SR number, name, address and telephone number. So first SR number 1, name should be anything, Raj. Address we can keep New Delhi. Telephone number can be anything, you can keep it. Next record also serial number 2, Rahul, Gorakhpur. Kavita, Gorakhpur same. It you can keep according to the address detail. See, so what this is known as? This is the record and this is the field. Normally we are saying column, row. See, so that is the field details like we enter in our database. So serial number, name, address and telephone numbers, one column we have created means field. In the same way we have kept the one, Raz, New Delhi, mobile number, telephone number. Second, 2, Rahul, Gorakhpur, telephone number. And third, Kavita, Gorakhpur and telephone number. Clear? So that part is which we are knowing as a column in the table, field, and which we are knowing in row, that is the record. Clear? Means field and record. Clear? So now we are learning the database concept. So what is the database concept we have learned about, and one classification also we have so with the example. Next we should know how to start or how to work with the MS Access. So how to work with the MS Access and how to create a table means first of all we will create a blank database, and in the blank database how to create a table, that we are going to learn, and so that we will learn with the help of a demonstration. So I am going to show you a demonstration and you will watch it carefully so that you are able to understood it. Clear?
From this video, I am going to start a new database series for database beginner. In this video, we can know how we can create a new database and the table inside the database, and how we can insert the columns to the tables, and how to insert the data in the tables. I will be creating these videos on Access 2007, but if you are using Access 2010 or Access 2013, then also you can follow this way, because there is not much difference in all the versions. So we are going to start with 2007. Let's get started. First of all, we need to create a database. And what is a database? A database is an organized collection of data, right? So let's create a database in Access. Now, if you have already installed Access and you don't know how to install Access, you just go to the Start button and search for the MS Access here. See, you will see somewhere MS Access 2007. Just click and you will get this window, Microsoft Access window. Now search for the blank database. We are going to create a blank database. There are several templates also for the database which you can choose, but I am going to teach you the basics. That's why we will start with the blank database. So just search for the option blank database, which is this. In here, on the right side, we will just able to see database 1 is written file name, that we can add it with the name of the database. And so for example, I want to create the database of the employee info, so I will give the name to the database employee info database. Okay, employee info, and I will be creating this database in my employer information database. So info database, you can save your database in the specified location. By default it will go to the documents, but in our situation we have just changed the default location by taking these buttons and create a new file, and we can create a new location. For example, see new folder, then folder, and edit the folder name as Access database. See, okay, Access database. Now, okay, and inside this folder, I'm going to save that info database. Now we can create. See, once you click the button, you will get that screen ID and add new field. So here we can create the new table. We can insert the field also inside the table. Insert the field. Whenever you create a table, for example, this is default. Actually, what you are going to create now, for example, if you are going to click this button without saving it, then this will not be saved inside your database. So I click the cancel button. Now you have blank screen. Yeah, so because we haven't saved this, that's why it is not included in your database. Let's create a new table in employee info database. For that, you will see a lot of tabs are here. So these are called the tabs, and in here we are just to having the toolbars, and from that toolbars any tools we can create to the different stuff. What I'm going to do that I'm going to create, and I will choose a table. When I choose the table, it will create a table for us. First of all, before creating a table, we want to design it. So I will just click this button, design table. See in the screen. Field name. In here we got the field name, then data type and description. So field name, the type of your column of your table. Data type means the form in which your columns will take the input. I will describe the database in detail when I will, and the description is also given. What if you want to give any description regarding the table? Let's get started. For example, I want to create a table called employee ID or employee data table. For example, it can contain employee ID, employee name, employee surname, phone number, country, city, etc. What about you want to insert in your info under the table? So we will start with the employee ID. So I will say this table will contain EID, it means employee ID, and the data type of this employee ID will be number, because ID will be as a can be a number, or it will be better to give the auto number. It means it will automatically increment the numbers when we will go ahead. I will show the demonstration also to understand. So this means the data type is a form in which your column will take the input. So this employee ID will take the input as a number, and because it's auto number, so it will be generated automatically. You will give text, data type, memo, currency, a lot of features are there, different types of data, but we are giving the numbers according to the type of data. Here we can give the description. Now we are not going to give any description. Second column name, for example, I will give as a name, and it's also not necessary that you will give that name in capital letter or a small letter. It may be capital, it may be small, it doesn't matter. But just remember, don't give any white space, because it will not be the good idea if you will give the space in between. We are not allowed to give the space, so try to not give any space. So just give the name of the column, or in a small letter or capital or first name. So one left any space in between first name. So it should be the text data type, because name should be written in the textual format. First names are the strings. We are aware of that. So this will be our text data type. Now the last name will also be a text, because it is also the string value. For example, now we want to give the date of birth of an employee. So I will name my column name as EOB, means DOB, sorry. That should be also text. Here description we can give DOB tends to date of birth. Date of birth. Data type will be date and time here. Now you can do certain things with your data type. So when you select TUB, the row, so you will be able to see the general properties given here, and first here is the format in which you want to show your data type, like different types of data type, like your date, like 19 minus 06 minus 2007, and time also. You can also show like date 19, then full name of the month, and then in text, and then the year 2007. Or we have different format like we are using to put the dates also. So now there is a day in which you can also input the value, which is called the input marks. For example, I want to input the value in the form. Now select that symbol and click three dot button and click on the yes, because we have to save your table, and that is table 1 is given, so we will edit it with any name. So our table name is employee data. Click on the OK, then go for the save option, and then you will easily see that one table name is changed to that employee data. Now I have input the, and here I can choose this input like this. You can choose in which form you want to give your input. It will show in the form you have choose. So I have choose the same input which was in the form which I have given, and you can, if you want, you can choose any, and you can click on the finish option. Now we create the country, city or country of the employee. So here we have selected the country of employee. Then country's name should be as a text. For example, your employees, if your company located specific country, for example USA, then what you have to do, you have to give a default value for the column. For example, I choose that country row or column. Now I go to the properties, and there is a properties called default value, and I can get the default value to my column, which always shows the default value. For example, USA, right? And I will add some more columns here, but let's see how our table looks like. So you can go to that view option and just click it and click on the, do you want to save? Click on the changes, you click the yes, and now you are in the view format of the table. So we can see here we have the ID, name, DOB, country, what we have inserted there. We have given the country column as a default value USA, that is here USA. Now there is a concept called a primary key. So if you notice that the EID has this symbol, that is, it's not necessary to give any this key to your column, but what is that primary key does, it's that is a row, it is a column which uniquely identified. It means no data should match with it, because each implied ID will be different or unique in itself. Two ID can't be same in database. That is the purpose of using the primary key. A primary key is an identifier which is unique in itself. That's why in our case Employee ID is a unique key which describes the raw data. You can also remove the primary key by clicking on that. Then you see here now no primary key is selected. You can give the primary key to any column, for example like country, or you can change to the this one once again, but try to make the primary key which is unique. So this country is the unique data where the base. So two primary cannot be same. That is the rule of access. Now we get to the save. Do you want to save the changes? Yes. Now we will go to the view, and when you will see here, because its auto increment is already informed, when I will click on the first name column and we will enter some value like any name like Mark. Yes, one is auto generated because we have given as an auto number earlier. See here, that's why it is automatically generated here, because you see here auto number, that's why it will be automatically generated. So don't give any value 1, 2 or 3 like that, it will automatically take. Now last name, for example some name, date of birth, some date of birth you can put. Format you have selected what about in some format. In the format we will give 19 June, means in the spelling of the month now 88, and the country is default is USA. The table, then you can save your data, and this data will be saved, right? We will once again go to the design section, and you can add more value if required, right? So what else we can give? We can give the telephone number, because nowadays it is very mandatory, and you can give the phone number as a numerical value. So naturally we will, it's a telephone number, and we are knowing that we can enter the if you want to give the text value or in bracket or your country code or some city code, then you can always choose text, and you can go to the properties and choose your input. I will leave as a text, and I will go to the input mask, and I will take the button yes, and then see a lot of default values of the input types are given. First phone number, or you can create your own input types also. For example, want to create your input types phone number. We already have the input type phone number. For example, if I want to create new, then we have to go for the add in the list, and we will add the button, and we will add like that while clicking on the next, because one phone number is already given. So then we can give a new input type in the list. For example, I want to enter new telephone number, and the input marks. So input marks will be the form of the data in which you want to enter your data. So this can be seen from the help. You can give the input marks. So click on the help, loading. So that help of page will be open, and you can scroll down, and there is a table here, and this will give you an idea what is what. Whenever you will give a 0, use a digit. When you will give 9, use a 10 as a digit. Whenever give a L here, use a must letter. In the same way, you will can read the same list. What else you will do? For example, I will give that 0 so that you must enter the value because the phone number must contain the certain numbers of the digits. For example, I will give that bracket. Inside that, I will give 000. I will give bracket 000. Second bracket. Then a normal number. This three number will be, for example, the city code, and also the bracket will be the phone number. So I will give 5-digit phone number. I will add means normally how much digit the phone number can have. Once you have done, click on the close, click on the OK. So it can some data, so you can give some sample data. For example, city code is 222 or phone number is 12345 6. What about it is? I have entered only 50, so we can add one more, and we can add one more 6. I will close it. You can see our data type is added here in the list. Now you can finish. Now whenever you go to the view, click on the yes, and then you can see phone number, one more column is added which was not earlier in the format you have provided. Same format we will use here also. Now for example, your employee comes from different countries and you know the list of the country you want. In this country column, just go to the design, select the country column, and there is data type called lookup wizard, which enables you to give a list of value you want to provide. Just choose I will type in the value that I want. Just choose the second option, click on the next, and here you can give the list of the value you want to see. For example, first value of the country was USA, second will be UK, third will be India, fourth will be Germany, and fifth will be China, and France, for example. Now click on the next. Now finish. Now you can go to the view option. Do you want to save the changes? Yes. Your category of the value change. Now you can change the category any of the country which you have created in the combo box. You will get all the option and you can choose the values from the list. So for example, I chose China and I saved the data. And I will give one more data, for example, some name like Son, surname the same way, and then country will be date of birth. See what can I give? Date of birth 23 May, the telephone number. See, I have entered the telephone number. Now I set the data. So in this way you can create a database, you can create the table, you can create the column inside the table, and you can punch in the data in the table. So I think that's enough for the today's class.
So, hope you watched the demonstration carefully and you are able to understood it. Clear? Clear na? So here are some assignment for you. So I am giving you the assignment. First, What is that? What is a DBMS? Second, what are the advantages of using DBMS? Third, write the steps to create a table in MS Access 2007. So the assignments, what is the DBMS? What are the advantages of using DBMS? Write the steps to create a table in MS Access 2007. Hope you understood it carefully, and now you will solve this assignment. We will meet you in the next class. Bye everyone.